Good afternoon. I'm Travers Mackle. We are following breaking news from the city of New Orleans. We know that COVID cases are spiking around the country. The city's chief medical officer, Dr. Jennifer Avegno, is giving a press update on where things stand in New Orleans as we have now entered a new phase of the reopening. Let's listen in.
We want everybody to know day by day, minute by minute, what we're seeing. As you know, on Monday, we announced our move into phase 3.3, which brings us very close in line with what the state is doing. As you also probably know, we've been watching what's happening in the rest of the country very, very closely. And we're very comfortable with where we are, but also knew that it was probably just a matter of time before what was happening in the rest of the country started to show up in our numbers. We have been incredibly fortunate in New Orleans and Louisiana that we are not in the place of so many other areas around the country. I'll give you the example of Chicago. In 1 week, their percent positivity rate went from 4% to 13%. And within days, they've shut down schools and they're back at a stay-at-home order. So that just shows you how quickly, and I know they've been just as vigilant as we have about encouraging folks to do the right thing. So we want to keep you up to date. We want to make sure you know what we're seeing and where things are going. On Monday, we had lots of weeks of data that were very promising. And so we really felt that we could move forward knowing that, we weren't sure exactly how long those trends were hold. As you've seen in the last few days, our cases have been quite high. Our average case per day as of now is about 60, whereas we generally like to keep it 50 or below. Our percent positivity rate, which is another really important marker, is still low. It's about 2.2%, maybe a touch higher today. That's well below what we're seeing in a lot of other places. But last week, that percent positivity rate was about 1.1, 1.2%. So even though 2% is great, and there are many places who would love to have that, it's still on the march. It's still going up. The cases that we're seeing over the last couple of days, we've all talked about the spikes at the universities after Halloween. And, the universities have done a great job of being transparent about that and testing people. And so we know that some of those cases are from that university spike, but not all of them are. And while we're working with the state to try to figure out what percentage, it's likely not the majority of cases. Where we're seeing spread right now, the majority of cases are from folks letting their guard down. You go to play tennis with a friend, you go out afterwards, you keep the masks off, you sit next to each other, and then one of you comes up positive 2 days later and the other one comes up positive the next day, right? Your child goes to a birthday party, nobody's wearing masks, everybody's playing in the backyard, one kid gets positive, a whole class gets quarantined, right? With the holidays coming and those kind of events happening, that really means we've got to double down. You should act the same no matter where you are. If you are outside of your household, outside of your immediate family that you live with, you should always be wearing a mask. You should always be distancing. You should always be washing your hands. You should act as if everybody outside your house has COVID. And when you do that, you're going to behave a little bit differently. So whether you are going to one of the bars that's open now, whether you are going to a backyard barbecue, whether you are going to your mama's house for Thanksgiving, if you don't normally live with those people, you have to be wearing a mask. And if other people aren't, I'm just asking our residents to check each other. Say, hey, I'd love to give you a hug, but not now. Because we really don't have a lot of time to get this right. We don't have a lot of time to get this under control. If we continue to see our percent positivity, our cases rise, our hospitalizations start to tick up, then it's very likely we will have to reimpose some restrictions. And again, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to go back. So that's just kind of where we are. Just as an overview, I'm more than happy to take any questions.
Kim, do you have any questions?
So you had said, COVID timing is everything. Things can change very quickly. At what point, because we're seeing it statewide,
Right.
numbers creeping back up. Obviously, on Monday after or this week we talked about how we're an outlier, a good outlier, but that you fully expected what's happening across the nation to spill over into Louisiana. With so many people perhaps planning holiday celebrations, at what point do you, pull the trigger to roll back restrictions, or what is your trigger point as far as when that would happen?
Yeah. Well, we've always said, we like to look at least 2 weeks of data because that gives us a really robust, picture. And especially these 2 weeks. We know that most of our university students are going to be leaving at the end of next week. So any cases they might be contributing will go with them. Same time, our university students who live here are going to be coming back, right? So we'll have and they're going to be staying here in the community for the next couple of months. So really the next week or two, that's going to be our trigger. As we've always said, if we did have to roll back restrictions, we want to do it surgically. We want to really find out, is there something obvious that's causing this spike? If it is, that's easy, right? Then you can say, well, we shouldn't be doing whatever that is. If it's small gatherings, if it's just people, letting their guard down, that is a lot harder. And so we're just going to have to make the best decisions. Obviously, we're working with our state partners. We've been seeing trends in other parts of the state for the last few weeks, northern part of the state, particularly with hospitalizations and their cases going up. And so, talking to their regions about what they might be considering, that's going to be helpful, or what they think it's coming from is going to be helpful for us as well. In terms of percent positive rate. So again, there's no absolute standard. Most communities see a positivity rate of 5% or below as generally keeping community spread to a level that can be mitigated and dealt with. So and certainly if you look at the schools, a lot of them, both locally and nationally, have said when a community positivity rate is above 5%, that makes it more dangerous for schools to open because that means more kids will be coming in potentially positive. So we've always wanted to stay below 5%. Other cities have more restrictive. So if you look at New York City, a lot of their reopening is tied to below 3%. We've stayed below 3% for a really long time, and I think we've been successful because of that. When you look at other parts of the country, the upper Midwest, parts of the Mountain West, and now parts of the Northeast, they've got positivity rates above 15, 20%. That is an out of control epidemic that does not lend itself to mitigation measures really at all. And that means that things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. So we don't want to be anywhere near where they are. Yeah, like I said, timing is everything, and it's tricky. If I had come to you on Monday with our rates being very, very stable and very, very low for a month and said, that's not good enough, I think people would have said, well, that's not fair. You're not looking at the data, right? So the fact that the data changes very quickly. But I think what the consistent messaging has been is that when you go to a bar, that doesn't mean you lose all your self-control and do whatever you want. Going to a bar right now is very different than it used to be a year ago. Going to a bar means sitting down. It means keeping your mask on unless you are actively eating or drinking. It means going with a small group. It means no live entertainment. It means no dancing. It means no huddling around in groups, hugging each other. So that should not change. And I know our bar owners are very invested in staying open, and I know they're going to work with us to make sure that people remember, hey, the rules are different for bars right now. Anything else, guys? Thanks for helping us get the word out. It's important. Appreciate it.
All right, some really good and important information right now from the city's Director of Public Health, Dr. Jennifer Avegno. Obviously, New Orleans moving in the right direction. They'd like to keep it that way. They do not want to see these positivity rates go up like they are in other parts of the country, especially the Mountain West and the Northeast. Right now, she's urging everybody in New Orleans to just do the right thing. Obviously, stay vigilant, wear masks, and obviously socially distant. Aubrey Killian is covering this live. He will have more coming up at 4, 5, and 6. Until then, we return you to regularly scheduled programming.